Hey, say that. Carla, what did he say? Mm-mm. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Girl, you know we pull up. We crazy. Then what else happened? Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Oh, shoot. What time is it? Girl, I gotta call our baddies. We gotta do our conference call. Okay, okay, yes. Girl, you know I'll call you back. You know I love the cheese may. You know we messy. All right, love your face. Right. Yep. Let's go. Hi, my baddies. Welcome back to another Talk About It Tuesday. So, sorry, I was on the phone with my girlfriend, and when we get to talking, we get to talking. So, today's topic is going to be how I went from this to this. That's one of the top questions that people have asked me while I completely went hiatus and like would not show my face nowhere near where I lived to now I'm out, I'm everywhere, and like the first thing that people say is, "Oh my God, Brittany, you look amazing." Well, you guys, I am a bariatric baddie. It was June 5th of 2025 where I had my or was it 2024? No, June 5th, 2024. Oh, so yes, I am officially a year and some months out from my surgery, and we're gonna talk about it a little bit because a lot of people are like, Brittany, why did you have bariatric surgery? It's not like you were big or unhealthy. It was definitely needed because my health started to really take a plummet. Not only was I dealing with everything that was going on in my home life, I had a whole bunch going on internally and mentally wise. So because my body is sometimes hates me, I don't respond well to like doing compression on my legs. I don't respond well to exercise because like my bones aren't the best. So me and my doctor really sat down, and I think we were talking about it for like a good month before we actually decided to do it. So like I said, June 5th of 2024, I had my um, bypass surgery where I had the sleeve, which pretty much puts cuts your stomach into like a banana hammock. So it literally just cuts it right in half. So some of the top things that people ask is, are you afraid that the weight's going to come back? Are you afraid that you're going to have to go in and have them redo something? Like, are you able to eat? And when I tell you guys, I got to take a sip for that. Mm. When I tell you guys that bariatric surgery is not for the weak, when I tell you that it is a lifestyle change, it is like, I really don't think that people realize like the body dysmorphia is real. I did not realize how big I was until it was time for me to honestly start clothes shopping. It took my friends and my coworkers and even my mom being like, "Baby doll, those are looking real crazy on you. It might be time to go ahead and size down a little bit." So my initial surgery weight was 258. I went from 258 to 120. And when I tell you, not realizing, because like when, and I'm not saying that you know, being a plus size baddie is bad, but I did not realize how unhealthy me personally I was. I didn't realize, you know, how much it really affected my joints and my everyday life, and then how hard it would be for me to adjust from being a plus size baddie to a bariatric skinny baddie. You know, from the way that I ate, you know, not realizing that my coping was literally eating. And it took me to overeat by just a bite to never do that again. When I tell you, you know, when they tell you to pay attention to the classes that you take before surgery, when they tell you really pay attention to your fullness cues, they mean it. Because if you ignore it, when I tell you, you get that rock that sits in your stomach, and the people who come across this video and has had bariatric surgery, that rock feeling, that dumping syndrome, that is real. It is real. And when I tell you that it feels like your heart is about to come out of your chest from the racing, you're puking up literally everything. So learning, like, you know, your fullness cues, really going through like body dysmorphia, looking at my old clothes and realizing that I went from an extra large to a small, almost extra small. Pant size 16, almost 17, to a size. And seeing how I look now, you know, it hurt. And I know that people, like, when they see me, they don't mean anything by it, but like when they see me, they're like, oh my God, like, Brittany, you look amazing. And in my head, I'm like, well, damn, was I that big, or was I, you know, not attractive before? You know, it just, it messes with you. So, you know, that's, you know, part of the life changes that, you know, I established. And, you know, like I said, being a year and, I want to say a year and 3 months out post-op from having gastric bypass sleeve, the you know, the changes that you need to make, they stick with you, you know. And it's really hard, and it's crazy to really think how much, when you have a food dependency, how much that really affects, you know, after you have this surgery, and not being able to, for lack of better words, eat your sorrows away. You know, I am definitely a emotional eater. I love my Swiss rolls. I love my strawberry cake. Shout out to my mama who makes the best strawberry cake. I love you, mama. You know, like, I love my chicken nuggets. You know, I went from being able to freaking smash a 20 piece to I can barely eat a full 4-piece chicken nugget meal. I went from getting full course, like when I go to Taco Bell, because I love my Taco Bell. I would get a freaking Nacho Bell Grande with like 3 extra tacos. Don't come at me, be listening, we don't judge, baby. To now, I can barely eat 2 tacos, you know, without, you know, being like, ooh, I'm really uncomfortable. But I wanted to give some insight. Like I said, if y'all want to know more about, you know, my bariatric journey, definitely let me know. But you guys, I love you guys. I will see y'all next Tuesday. Maybe sooner. We'll see. But you guys, hang up on that hate, hang up on that regret, and hang up on that being scared. And we're going to let this year plus more be the best thing that's ever happened to us. I love you guys so much. Bye.